accelerating AI has got so much upside.
Yeah.
Right. But you just don't want to put it in the hands of a single or a couple of companies, right? You actually want to have it distributed. But it's got the power to, cure diseases, create new materials, a whole bunch of other things, and solve our energy crisis, solve global warming, pretty much do everything, right?
Last invention of humanity. Yeah.
If it's used responsibly and stuff like that. And but I fear that people are going to get worried about it.
And it'll be like nuclear power, and they'll just stagnate.
Yeah.
There is an example of something that has been done very well, I think, and that is aviation. People invented the airplane, and because the technology was so dangerous to every non-trained person, they put in some regulation, enough regulation and enough compliance and engineering and just checks and balances that we have an incredibly robust and safe aviation commercial industry.
Until recently, right? That Boeing.
Yeah. So, and that's like still, it still ended up with only a bunch of companies, really. Boeing, Lockheed, Airbus, a few others.
It's centralized. Yeah.
But it's very, very. I mean, the level is very high. I mean, is that what you want? If you could pick another industry and say, if AI could be like that industry, would you pick aviation as an example?
That's what healthcare as well.
I mean, if you're talking about models that are being trusted, right? Like, if you're going to be sticking AI model into, say, an X-ray machine, which controls the amount of X-rays that's going to be on your body, and things like that, you want those type of models or that type of AI to be 100% vetted and trusted.
And those sorts of models, you can make those extremely small. Don't feed it the whole internet. Just feed it the minimum amount so that it can be competent and do the thing you want it to do. You don't want to ask it about what it saw on Letterman like 3 years ago. You don't care.
No,
so
small,
make it cheaper,
small language
faster.
Models. Yeah, the small language models are going to dominate, and then you'll have so you see like the Haiku model. If you use 10 examples, it's just as good as GPT-4.
Oh, really? Oh, right. I was thinking the other day of a local power station.
Yeah.
If you have a local power station and there's a huge, I don't know, what do you call it, cyclone or earthquake or some natural disaster, and the power grid is off and people are running up to the local power station and the AI is there, and it's like, all right, you can have this power and that power and blah blah blah, and we'll sort it all out.
Yeah, everything's going on edge, and then it'll feed into a larger model as you get closer and closer to better connectivity servers. But I think those larger models, they're going to get huge. It's like, we're looking at probably 10 trillion parameters for the next release. Llama 3 is probably going to be around that.
Oh, I haven't looked up. So Llama 3, is it?
Yeah, in July. So it's going to be like a GPT-4 class model, multimodal model. But yeah.
And Meta's got a lot of GPUs.
600,000, jeepers.
So they're going to be big in that stage. And it's going to be open source, so that's nice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what can run Sora at the moment, because they're already training Sora 2, but they haven't released Sora yet. So they'll do that by June as well, I think.
That is amazing. Sora is amazing.
It takes ages to run that.
It is, but I'm not particularly excited about it. I'm more excited about the large language models at the edge, right?
At the edge,
multimodal, things like that. So, and how easy it is to run those now.
Yeah. Do you see Apple's going to run Gemini?
Yeah.
Oh, Apple. I don't know what's happening with that.
They're also going to run probably other models as well, like their own models, local models.
Apple don't really do their own stuff very well. Like, they don't come up with... I mean, they did do that, what do you call it? Augmented reality thing very well.
Vision Pro, yeah. They don't get out of bed for anything less than 60% margin. So, like the Apple Car project, for example, they can after spending like $10 billion on it because they took out the autonomy into the final feature, into the build out. They're like, okay, if you take out autonomy, then it's no longer going to be a 60% plus gross margin business, because then you still have to.
Isn't the iPhone not going to be their flagship anymore? That's what I heard something.
Oh, they're transitioning into like glasses, AR
Yeah,
glasses and stuff.
that's
Yeah,
I think they have
that
to.
glasses wasn't very good though,
Yeah,
right?
They're
They,
gonna have to,
they made it with dodgy materials.
the thing is, like the mobile phones are so saturated. They have to find a new market, and yeah, the Vision Pro 2, and the Vision Lite, whatever it is going to be, right?
No, it'd be good later on, but they dodged it with the
Vision Air.
the very, very scratchable front plate.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
It's still $3,500. It's like,
I know, but you think it'd be better. It wouldn't be cracking, right? Yeah.
I mean, the Quest 3 is pretty good for $500.
No, the
Yeah,
Quest,
that was amazing.
Quest 3 is useful, right? It's useful, it's affordable, and it's well adopted. All right. You want, especially your first versions of AR, Apple should have made it cheaper. They didn't need to make it so,
because they needed that 60% plus gross margin, man. So they had, otherwise they're not allowed to ship it, right? It's like, well, why are we doing this business, guys? We're already printing money. So that's why they had to make it that price. But the Meta glasses, smart glasses 2 is going to be awesome. So
saw someone with those glasses at is it the Ray-Ban ones?
yeah,
that
the
Meta
Ray-Ban.
thing?
Yeah, because that's already running Llama 2, right?
Yeah, so someone had it at work, and
Yeah.
I was just chatting to him, and then I looked and I thought, he's got cameras in his glasses. Oh, that's what it is.
That's it.
And he says, yeah, he got it paired.
So the next one, running Llama 3, right? Because what we can do is then run all that stuff locally. Sync it locally with your own model.
Yeah.
Your own Llama 3 local model, and then have that running with the same context of everything that you've lived out throughout your life. So just capture your entire life into one context. And that is basically becomes an extension of you, because it literally has your experience. And so the missing piece is just to sync it up with Neuralink, and then basically that's the extension. But it means that you can just provide that local assistance, like the Herb type of AI agent, right in your ear, with the camera that's basically seeing the world and constantly training. And that's how babies are learning throughout the day, right? 20 megabytes per second video stream as you're growing up and developing the brain, and that's how you're going to be able to get to AGI.